Hello friends, welcome back. Guys, in this video I'll talk about Java file watcher service, which is one of the very important but a lesser known feature of Java. So in this video I will talk about file watcher service, which we do have in Java. Basically it's a built-in service provided by Java itself, right? And then I'll give you a demo as well that how can we go and make use of file watcher service. Alright guys, so what exactly a file watcher service? It is a Java service to watch for files in a directory. Guys, let me give you a real-time scenario. For example, guys, we have a directory that we want to monitor for the incoming files, right? And I put some files here. PDF file is there, text file is there, PNG file is there, right? So basically we have a service or a third-party service. It doesn't matter. It is out of the scope. We have a service that is going to place some files into our directory, and we want to monitor this particular directory in real time, right? So basically we need to have a service that can go and read this particular directory, or say keep on continuously reading this directory for the incoming files. Not only for the new files, just in case, for example, I have the same file, ishan.txt, and if I modify this file and then I replace this file in the directory, I want to read that modification as well. Okay, alright guys, it's time for a demo. Let me start the IDE. Alright, what I will do, I already have a project here. Try it out inside this project. Okay, so there's already a package. I'm going to create a class. Let's call it Java file watcher. Okay, so I want to have a main. Mention these steps. So first of all, we need to have a directory that we want to monitor for files. Okay. Second thing is I want to have a file watcher service that will do the magic for us. Next important thing is it's called events. So what exactly events? For example, there is a new file coming to the directory. It's called a create event. If there is a modification to the existing file, it's called a modify event. And if you delete a file from the directory, it's called a delete event. Right? There's a one more which is called overflow. So overflow in the sense, for example, if we have lost or discarded any event, it's called overflow. So we'll talk about all four in this video. Guys, if you are only worried about the incoming files, then you can go and simply make use of the create event. You can ignore rest of the events. Okay. And another important thing to know here is called WatchKey. It's another interface, but it provides very important function that we can use to know more about the files. For example, file path, the location, I can get the file name or the last modification timestamp as well. Okay, so basically this provides very important handy function that we can use to get more about the files. Sure time. So let's go and first define the directory path that we want to monitor. Okay, so I'll just give it private static final string, and let's call it variable name can be anything. Directory path equals 2. Okay, so the directory that we want to monitor, right? So what I will do, I'll just go here. Let me just go to my desktop and I'll just create a new directory here, new folder. Let me call it incoming, right? And I'll just copy the path from here, go back to the ID and paste the path here. Okay, so basically I want to monitor this incoming directory for the files. Okay, now next thing is that we have to initialize the watch service. We have to initialize the watch service. How can we do that, right? So guys, there's a interface called watch service in Java, and if I import, right, it says watch service is in java.nio.file package. Like import, and let's call it watch service equals to, how can we get the instance, right? So we'll be using file systems that you can find it here inside the java.nio.file package. Systems dot go for get default, and then one more dot, and then you try for new watch service. Okay, so this is how can you get the instance of the watch service. Let me see what exactly it says. That okay, you can have some exceptions, so I'll just add the try catch here. Now guys, let's define this direct that we want to monitor this directory, right? So we have to have the path variable, path object. So path equals to, I'll say path dot get, and here I can pass the directory path. Basically I want to monitor this particular directory. Let's go and import this path as well. This is also from java.neo.file package. All good so far. Now guys, next thing is that we have to register our watch service. Register watch service for what? For these events, for create, modify, delete and overflow events, right? So we have to register our watch service for the events. How can we do that, right? So for that, we'll be using this path dot. It has a function called register, where if you can see here, we have to provide the instance of the watch service and the events that we want to monitor. Okay, so let's go. Okay, watch service, and here how to pass those events. So for that we'll be using standard watch event kinds dot entry underscore create. So this is the event which is responsible for notify that okay, we have got a new file, right? Now guys, if you are just worried about the only incoming files, this event is good enough. But in case if you want to add more, like if you have to worried about the modification and the delete as well, we can simply go and add these events as well, that I will show you. Or like, let me just go and add one more. Say for example, I want to watch events dot say entry modify and delete as well, watch key events dot entry underscore delete, right? So basically what we did here is that we have registered our watch service to monitor for these events. Here if you see, this will return instance of watch key type, right? So let's go and do that. Watch key equals to, let's go and import again this watch key interface is from java.nio.file package. Good. Now guys, because we want to monitor for those incoming files in real time, we want to do that continuously. So what I will do, I will add a while loop and I make it true here. Now here, how to get the information, right? How to look for the event. So what I will do here for that, we'll be using watch event, say question mark, because for all type of the events, colon, watch key dot. Guys, this watch key, as I mentioned earlier, right? This is an interface, it provides like hell lot of handy functions that we should know, right? So here I will be using all events, which will give me the list of all the events that is happening onto that directory. Okay, sorry, event. Cool. Now I can use this particular event and get the information about the files and everything, right? Let me do one thing. I'll just do sysout here, sysout, and say I want to know the event type or event kind, like what kind of event was there or happened to the directory, right? So what I will do, I will use event dot, there is a function called kind. Okay, and say for example I also want to, can you help me with the name as well? Like, so for example, affected, and then there is a function called event.context. If you see this one here, so let me just run this program, run as Java application, and okay, I'll just add here one more sys out just to make sure that everything. So watch service started. Okay, and let me just stop for a second and then I will just restart so that I can see the sys out on the screen. Okay, watch service started. Now what I will do, I'll go to the directory here, incoming. So guys, let me just show you here in bottom. Here you will see some sysouts. What I'm going to do is, as of now, I'm just going to copy one PDF file into this incoming directory. Copy. Okay, now here you can see event created, and here is the file name. Okay, now guys, just in case if I go and put one more, say for example, let me add this one PNG file. Okay, so this Terra copy you can ignore because I'm using another tool on my system. If you simple copy and paste, you will only see that there was a create event happened on this directory, and here is the file name. Okay, so file affected, basically let's call it file name. Okay, stop, and let me just restart Java application. Now guys, what I want to do before that, okay, let's go and add some more sysouts here so that we can get some more information about the file, right? So what I will do, that I want to know everything, say like the file path, file name, or the timestamp, right? Everything I want to know, right? So for that, we'll do one more thing here, right? Path dot, there is a function called resolve that we'll use, right? And I will use here event dot context colon. Now it says that it is not of the type same, so I'll just use typecasting path. Okay, to hold this one I will be using, if you see this resolve, right, it returns number an instance of the path type, right? So that will do here, path, or say let's call it file equals to this one. Now I will be using this file object to get the information, right? So for example, say I want to read, can you give me the path as well, like the location, say location, right? I just want to read just for the, so I can simply use file dot to file dot and then get absolute path. Okay, next I want to read the file name as well. Can you help me with the file name please? So for that, equals to, I'll use file dot to file, there is a function called get name. It's here. Okay, and say I want to know about the timestamp as well, like timestamp when exactly it happened. So for that, what I will do, I'll use file dot to file again dot provides a function called last modified. Okay, so for now I'll just stop our program. We'll restart so that we can also see these new systems as well. Run as Java application. So guys, we have seen the entry and modification. Let's go and talk about the delete. I want to delete this file from here. I have deleted. Now what do you see here? Event type entry underscore delete. File name was this one, and then this is the absolute part of that PDF file. File name was this, and timestamp was 0. So guys, this timestamp is when you go and modify existing files. This is we have used last modifier, right? So that will give the modification timestamp. Okay. So the things that you have to keep in mind is that first of all, we have to go and create the instance of a watch service, and then you have to specify the directory that you want to monitor for the incoming files. Once you have those things ready, what you have to do is you have to register your service for specific events. For example, if you are just worried about the entry like file creation, okay, just go for entry underscore create event. Okay, once you have that, you will be using this watch key interface, right, which provides like a lot of handy functions that you can use to get more information about the files, right? So basically poll events, this will give you a list of all the events that is happening to the directory that we have seen. So I'll run this application, this code one more time so that you can just see this entry underscore create one more time. What I will do, I'll go here and say, let me copy this one, copied. Okay, so here you can see event type was entry underscore create, file name was this banner, okay, java underscore banner.jpg. This is the absolute path, again file name and the timestamp. Cool. Alright guys, here we are done with this video. Just in case if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching.